I designed Julius Caesar before. I haven't designed Antony and Cleopatra before. I have to say Antony and Cleopatra was always a terrible Everest for me. It was terrifying. Because of, as I said before, the fact that you have to switch locations so often. And I think there are within it big political, complicated story. There's a big complicated story to get through. And that always, for me, got in the way of the play. And I was always rather kind of frightened by that, thinking, oh, well, will the audience be able to follow it? That seems maybe that we don't quite have enough knowledge now. In Elizabethan times, people would absolutely understand what the Battle of Actium was. That was something that everyone talked about. Now, no one, unless you're a history scholar, that means nothing to you. And then I realised that the play is about this love story between these two people who are desperate to be together, but they can't be because of the political landscape that they find themselves in. And then it's just a love story, and then it's fantastic. And through that love story, the political game of chess occurs. But the detail is something, it isn't as important as the detail of the relationship of the love affair. So Antony and Cleopatra I hadn't designed before and was a scary piece. Julius Caesar I had designed before. I designed it at the Young Vic not so long ago, again in a small space. What I was interested about doing it this time for the second time was trying to do it in a much bigger space in the RST. But I have to say, having kind of thought that I wouldn't refer to it at all, having worked in a completely different director and different cast and a different approach and a different time, inevitably things came back to me. And I realised how much I knew the play, even not from sitting down learning the lines, just from hearing the lines in rehearsal and in technicals and watching previews. It had gone in like a favourite tune or a favourite song. And when I heard them speak the lines, it was like, it was more than 5 years ago. I suddenly remembered every word. And you realise that had been in me, that familiarity with the play had been in me when I was designing it. So maybe that's why it was a much easier process this time to design it, but I'm sure that's not always the case. I was much clearer in my head about what was the important part of the story. What were the elements that you needed to present? The blood, the rain, the kind of intensity of the piece, and the fact that it's a piece that you have to hear so clearly. It's about public speaking, and it's about the power of the word and how words can be used as weapons, and that has to be the centre point, the centre action of the play. You can't cloud that with too much kind of other visual stuff, because of that will just get in the way of being able to hear the play.